Sports Network, and it's morning update here on October the 17th, 2022. It is Monday here in Southwest Missouri, and as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. In NFL news, Buffalo Bills defeat the Kansas City Chiefs 24-20. Josh Allen was 27 of 40 for 329 yards and 3 touchdowns. 10 of those passes were headed to Stephon Diggs, who caught 10 passes for 148 yards and a touchdown. Devin Singletary also rushed for 85 yards on 17 carries. Patrick Mahomes, 25 of 40 for 338 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 costly interceptions. And the Chiefs combined for only 68 rushing yards. The Bills now 5-1 and a third of the way through the season hold a 2-game lead for home field advantage throughout the playoffs over the Chiefs, who are now 4-2 in first place in the AFC West, ahead of the Chargers, who are 3-2 and play Monday Night Football tonight against the hapless Broncos. Up next for the Bills is a bye week before hosting Green Bay on Sunday Night Football on October 30th, Halloween Eve. The Chiefs travel to San Francisco next Sunday for the late afternoon game. Elsewhere, the Philadelphia Eagles remain the only unbeaten team in the NFL after scoring 20 points in the second quarter and hold on to beat the Dallas Cowboys 26-17. In Major League Baseball postseason play, the Yankees in an elimination game get on the board before the Guardians even had a chance to hit. Gleyber Torres led off the game in Cleveland with a single, stole second base, and then scored on an Anthony Rizzo single. They didn't have to wait long for more runs as center fielder Harrison Bader hit a 2-run shot in the second to give the Yankees a 3-0 lead. And it was a no-doubter, 429 feet, and the third home run for Bader in the series. He hit 0 home runs in 14 regular season games for the Yankees, and before his injury and trade, he only hit 5 in 72 games for the Cardinals. And this is only the third time in Yankees history that a center fielder has homered 3 times in an entire postseason, joining Mickey Mantle and Bernie Williams. We'll do it again tonight as the series shifts back to Yankee Stadium for a 6:07 first pitch. There was only one wild card series to go the distance, and it was played in New York. And this series represents the only divisional playoff series to go the distance. It's win or go home for both teams. As such, the pitching situation is basically all hands on deck. The starters are set. Aaron Savalier for the Guardians and Jameis Taillon for the Yankees. Savalier 5-6 with a 4.92 ERA has not pitched in game action since October 5th. But he did close the season well, 3.27 ERA in his last 4 starts. Taillon was 14-5 with a 3.91 ERA, but also was the losing pitcher in Game 2 as he coughed up 2 runs on 3 hits without recording an out in the 10th inning. Philadelphia and San Diego open up the National League Championship Series tomorrow at 7:03 at Petco Park, where Philly will send Zach Wheeler to the mound versus Yu Darvish, who is 2-0 this postseason. Page 2.
Distractions present to you Thrill on the Hill. It's hosted at Hillcrest High School on October 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. This event is for parents and young children to enjoy some safe Halloween activities. Come for some fun games, lots of candy, themed photo booths, and our favorite, the Haunted Forest. We welcome you with a big thumbs up to join us and enjoy this event. We can't wait to see you there.
At the high school level, fall softball quarterfinals take place this week, beginning Wednesday for classes 1, 4, and 5, and Thursday for classes 2 and 3. Lee Summit West will repeat as Class 5 champion as they travel to Liberty on the 19th at 5 p.m. Washington is your Class 4 defending champion, and they host Cape Notre Dame Wednesday at 4:30. Class 3 will have a new champion as defending champion Blair Oaks was defeated in district play. Class 2 defending champion Marceline host Ellsbury on Thursday at 6 p.m. Class 1 will also have a new champion. Watch out for a very good polo team who is undefeated on the season. Page 3, Missouri College football. Mizzou, 2-4 this week, is idle. They will host Vanderbilt for homecoming at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Missouri State also idle is 2-4, losing losers of 4 in a row, 0-3 in the conference, and they will travel to Northern Iowa, who is 3-4, 2-2 in the conference. And my goodness, SEMO Redhawks also idle. They're 5-1, 2-0 in the Ohio Valley. They travel to Northwestern State on Saturday and take on the Demons at 1 p.m. Speaking of SEMO, Red Hawk quarterback Paxton Millerant was on the sidelines at Camdenton to watch the Lakers defeat the Lebanon Yellow Jackets 45-28 as two of the best high school teams in Class 5 battled for home field advantage throughout the district playoffs and likely an Ozark Conference championship. Southwest Baptist quarterback Cooper Callis threw for 240 yards and 3 touchdowns, but the Bearcats fall to Truman State 25-20. Truman State now 5-0 on the season, 2-0 in the conference, and SBU falls to 3-4 and 1-2. SBU travels to Stephenville, Texas, to take on Tarleton State 7 p.m. next Saturday. The Valor of Evangel took advantage of 3 Missouri Valley turnovers, went 21-16 and improved to 4-2. Missouri Valley falls to 3-4. Page 3.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective, and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Lots of great action in high school football over the weekend. On Friday night, most of the games were played. And while the unbelievable happened in Carthage with 2.5 seconds left on the clock, Carthage blocks the winning field goal attempt by the Joplin Eagles and returns it for a touchdown. And speaking of Eagles, Nixa, who were to be thought to have been the best team in the COC, loses in overtime to Republic 36-35. On this day in history, 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupts, burying Pompeii and killing thousands of people. In 1888, Thomas Edison files for a patent for the optical phonograph, the first movie. And in 1956, in chess, the game of the century, 13-year-old Bobby Fischer defeats 1953 U.S. champion Donald Byrne in the Rosenwald Memorial Tournament at the Marshall Chess Club in New York City. And in 1964, on this date, the New York Yankees fire manager Yogi Berra. In 1971, on this date, the Pittsburgh Pirates defeat the Baltimore Orioles 2-1 at Memorial Stadium to claim the World Series trophy 4-3. Most valuable player of that series was Pirates right fielder Roberto Clemente. Clemente hit .414 in the series with 4 RBIs on 2 home runs. Pittsburgh also had a pitcher on that team who pitched in a total of 3 of those games. 9 2/3 innings. He had no wins in the series. He is simply mentioned here because we thought you ought to know. Bob Moose was an American professional baseball player. He played his entire career in the major leagues as a right-handed pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates from 1967 through 1976. He was a member of Pirates teams that won 5 National League Eastern Division titles in 6 years between 1970 and 75, and won the World Series in 1971. His best season came in 1969 when he posted a 14-3 one-loss record, 2.91 ERA, working equally as a starter on and reliever. On September 20th of that year, he no-hit the eventual World Series champion New York Mets. He is also known for his wild pitch in the bottom half of the 9th inning, which allowed George Foster to score the winning run in the 5th and deciding game of the 1972 National League Championship Series. sending the Cincinnati Reds to the World Series after Pittsburgh had a one-run lead entering the bottom of the ninth. During the 1974 season, he suffered a blood clot under the shoulder of his pitching arm. Surgery was required to remove the clot, plus one of Moose's ribs. Bob Moose was killed on his 29th birthday in a two-vehicle auto accident on Route 7 in Martins Ferry as he was returning from a tournament at Bill Mazeroski's golf course in Rayland, Ohio. Page 5.
Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
At this time, we want to ask you and continue to remind you to pray for our dear friend and colleague, Art Haynes, who on last Thursday was moved to the Madonna facility in Lincoln, Nebraska to undergo rehab for West Nile virus and the devastating effect to his nervous system. So continue to keep Art Haynes and his family in your prayers. And also today, join us for the Springfield Area Quarterback Club at Pizza Ranch on the Mall at 11:30. You've been listening to the Morning Update from the Missouri Sports Network. Have a great day. God bless, and good Monday.